Hello everybody, welcome to another stream. Today it is going to be the Harvey High School Senior Girl Lakers versus the Algonquin...
Sir James Dunn Academy Algonquins.
Sir James Dunn Academy Algonquins. Apologies, the sheet didn't have their name on it. But we are ready to start. So it looks like number 7, Abby Washington, is having first serve for the Algonquins. A nice serve that's sent over by our very own Gracie Nicholson. Number 27, Clara Blanchard, tried to dig that up, but it was a little bit too close to the net and did not quite go over. So now it's Georgia Bernard for the Lakers with a nice serve like usual, then received by the libero on the opposite team. Maddie Frazier sets it. Then Riley DeMerchant with a nice spike, gaining her team the point. We go back to Bernard with another serve here. Sent over by Clara once again. Set by... Oh, good tip by Snow. Good set by Fraser Cole, then tipped over by Snow to trick the opposing team, the Algonquins. Bernard here with another serve. Spiked right into the net by number 12, Peyton Lord. Then once again, back to Bernard. They're so far 4-0 on the scoreboard. Set by number 11, Bella Smith. I didn't quite catch the who spiked it down, but whoever did it got their point. So number 12, Peyton Lord, is going to serve for her team. My goodness. Heavy serve received by Alyssa Snow, then set by Maddie Frazier Cole, spiked by Riley DeMerchant, gaining her team the point. The duo of Frazier Cole and DeMerchant has usually gained their teams many points because of Frazier's great sets and then DeMerchant's nice spikes, driving the ball right into the ground on the opposing side. Big hit by DeMerchant once again. Oh, nice hit by Clara Blanchard, gaining the visiting team, the Algonquins, a point. Number 17, Bridget Corrigan, I believe, or Kerrigan. I think it's an O. The serve received by Emmy McFadden. No. Emma. Emma. Wrong word. Wrong letter. Apologies once again for malpronunciations. I can't even say that word right. Fraser Cole with a nice serve being received by the libero. Not enough confusion. Not enough communication, leading to confusion on the team, on the opposing team, where number 11 Bella and number 13 Ainsley. That serve was from Fraser Cole, and she lines up for another one. Received by the libero, sent up by Bella. Fraser Cole with another hit. DeMerchant with a big spike. Number 7 on the opposing team, Abby Washington, tried to dig that, but it just went straight into the hands of the ref on the other side of the court. Big serve by Fraser Cole once again. It was received, but then it wasn't quite set properly right into the net by the Algonquins. Now they're going into timeout. Called by the Algonquins, I believe. So far it is 10-2 in favor of the Lakers. Looking good for them so far. Apologies for the dry commentary. It's just me and Mr. White up here in the skybox. Myself on commentary and camera, and Mr. White keeping your eyes on the play and keeping you in the know with the scoreboard. Fraser Cole with another serve. Here she comes. Served, then received by number 5, their libero, Hannah Hannon, I believe. Big hit by, I believe, Gracie Nicholson. Then received that tip by Riley DeMerchant. The libero sent it over right into the arms of Alyssa Snow. Fraser with the back set right into Cadence McMillan. Fraser Cole with another serve received by their libero Hannah, apologies. Or Hannon, I guess. Both work in this situation. Nice spike by number 27, Clara Blanchard, getting it straight through the guard of the Lakers, getting their team the point and getting them the serve. It is now 11-3. Number 27 with the serve, I believe, Clara Blanchard with a serve that got her team the point. Received by Cadence. Received once again by Fraser Cole. Clara then set to number 7, Abby Washington. Riley DeMerchant, unsurprisingly, with another heavy strike for the Lakers. But now Riley's up in the serve. Received by number 7, Abby. But unfortunately, her team couldn't quite get it over the net, getting another point for the team of the Lakers. Riley with a heavy serve. Oh, right on the line, I believe. It was a tough call for the Lakers, getting the Algonquins the point. Fraser with the set right to McMillan. She sent it over. Nicholson with the bump right to Fraser Cole again, who hit it over. Whoa, good dig. Keeping the ball in play. Abby once again sending it over for her team. And that course of action kept them in the points. Number 3, Ainsley Fenity, I believe, with the serve, getting her team the point. I believe it was bounced off the arms of a receive, not quite getting it to the spot they wanted. Number 3, Ainsley once again with a heavy serve over to Alyssa Snow, then set by Fraser Cole and spiked by Georgia Bernard, getting the Lakers once again another point, making it 14-8. Apologies. But the Algonquins are definitely climbing. Gracie Nicholson with a heavy serve. Number 11, Bella Smith setting it. Oh my goodness. Number 7, Abby Washington hitting it over. Alyssa Snow with a soft little lob there, but just couldn't quite get it in bounds. It was right at the net by like about half a foot, I believe. Number 11, Bella Smith coming in with a underhand serve running right into the court. Perfect timing on that serve though. Fraser Cole with the set to Bernard, but Bernard smacked it right into the net, unfortunately losing the point. Come on. There we go. Number 11, apologies, Bella Smith. Received by Nicholson. Set by Fraser Cole. Smacked by McMillan. My apologies. Not good with names today. Then hit by Alyssa Snow. Getting the Lakers a point once again. Cadence McMillan hitting it from the serving line. Getting it over to the libero of the other team. A weird side swipe little set there. Oh, not enough confusion, not enough positioning for the Algonquins, unfortunately losing the point.
Change cams.
Oh, apologies here. We have a slight malfunction, I imagine. We having to switch cameras. I'll just hold it like this. Not a clue.
It's okay. You keep telling him what's going on.
So number 7 passes it over, received by Riley DeMerchant. Having to catch up in that set. But the Lakers did get that point. Now you might be able to see, but it is 17 for the Lakers, 10 for the Algonquins. The Algonquins not in as bad as a deficit as before, but then number 17 running right into the net. There we go. We should get your eyes back here in a moment. Alyssa Snow hitting it over. Bumped over by number 12 on the Algonquins. There we go. You should have your eyes back. Apologies for the blindness there, folks. McMillan here. Hitting us with a serve once again. You could hear from up here anyways, you could hear her go, oh, because she thought she didn't hit it hard enough, but it did, and it was not received quite good enough by the Algonquins. And here she comes with another serve. Bernard sending it to, apologies. Bernard sending it to Fraser Cole, and Fraser Cole sending it back to Bernard. But I think she hit it just a bit too hard, getting it out of bounds. Snow with the wrist bump there, sending it over. Then it gets received by Bernard DeMerchant. Fraser Cole with the bump. Snow hitting it over. It's a smack off here, but Fraser Cole couldn't quite get under it in time. And even if she did, I imagine it would have been called as a lift or a carry. Number 7, Abby Washington with a serve, sending it over, received by McMillan, then set by Fraser Cole, and she sets it again for Bernard. Snow with the bump once again, hitting it right under the arms of number 7, Abby Washington. Georgia Bernard serving. Received by the libero, sending it to number 27, Clara Blanchard, but just couldn't quite get there on time. Bernard coming in with another serve. Received by the libero. Hit over again by Clara. DeMerchant hitting it with a nice, perfectly straight up line, but nobody ran to it. Unfortunate. Big spike by DeMerchant. Bigger spike by number 27, Clara, getting their team the point. Unfortunate. Not enough time to get under the ball. Sent over by number 12, Peyton Lord. As she also dives to get it after it was sent over. Strong serve by Snow. Bouncing it right behind the the opposing team. Winning that set 25-15 for the Lakers. During the break we have between sets, we would like to thank our premium sponsors: Bill Gammon, Black's Grocery and Café, Briggs and Little, David C.A. Williams Renovation, Dr. Dan Fletcher, Excel Manufacturing, Harvey High Helpers, Harvey Insurance, Hundredfold Acres Puppies, The Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs, Paul Equipment, your local Devil and Bobcat heavy equipment dealer, RSEI Consultants Ltd, Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty, and the Station House. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. We have multiple levels available and accept sponsorships from groups and individuals. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description for our contact information. McMillan with the serve. Sent over by Georgia Bernard. Point for the Lakers. I guess that hit was just a little bit too out. Case McMillan with the audible ope. Did not hit that in the right spot, sending it straight into the net. Received by Riley DeMerchant. Sent over by Lily Sweezy with the top spin. Strong hit by number 27, Clara Blanchard for the Algonquins. She might be their strongest player from my very limited expertise. Number 17, Bridget, I think that says. Received by DeMerchant. Set by Fraser Cole, and then Bernard ran in there, stealing it from Sweezy, I believe. Another strong hit by Clara Blanchard. So far, the Algonquins are in the lead. Might just be because they prefer this side. Fraser Cole tried to tip it twice, but it just wouldn't go over. Then Sweezy couldn't recover it quite fast enough. A lot of scuffle on there down. Georgia Bernard with the serve. Heavy overhand serve. Right at the fingertips of the libero number 5, Hannah Hannon. Malcommunication with the libero and number 7, Abby Washington. Unfortunately losing the point for her team. Bernard with another heavy overhand serve. Libero trying to receive that with a set, but didn't quite go over. But still, ball is still in play, so couldn't have been that bad. Number 27, Clara Blanchard, again with a crazy spike. Number 27 coming in for the serve. Hoping she can keep that same power with her serves. Looks like she can. Holly Henry with the set straight to Sweezy, I think it was. I can't quite remember. My memory is bad. Sweezy hitting it over to Clara, then DeMerchant tried to hit it over after it rolled off her finger after the block, but not quite there. Clara again with the serve. With the same power from her spikes, causing the Lakers to go into a free ball. Set by Fraser Cole, smacked right into the net by DeMerchant. Unfortunately, losing the Lakers the point. Once again, she might keep this power from her sets. Apologies again, I'm so bad at this. Serve from her spikes. There we go. Miscommunication there between Fraser Cole and DeMerchant, I believe. Timeout called by the Laker girls. It is 9 for the Algonquins, 4 for the Lakers. The Algonquins keeping this lead with the serves from number 27, Clara Blanchard. Heavy overhand serve by Clara. But an even heavier spike from DeMerchant, sending it right into the corner. Regaining the point and the serving advantage. Lily Sweezy coming up to the serving line. Right between the fingers of number 7, Abby Washington.
All right, there's another point for the Lakers as we're going to kind of rotate through our commentary here. Big thanks to Silas for helping out there for the first couple of sets. And I'll be here to take you through this one as Lakers score another point there. And it's Fraser Cole up to serve again. Sorry, I'm also supposed to be working the camera here. We're a very small crew here in the skybox today. It's a nice attempt there by DeMerchant, but that's blocked. Number 12, Peyton Lord, getting hands up. As Algonquins maintain their lead. It's not the most comfortable of leads, but they'll take it. As service a little low, that will be a point in the Lakers' favor. The last time these two teams played was March 31st, so almost a month ago. And that was a close one as well. It was a 5-set classic down in St. Andrews. SJDA taking the first and third sets, and the Lakers taking the second, fourth, and decisive fifth set. So if this game's anyone like that one, could be in for another classic here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. So far on the rallies, the teams have been hanging in pretty well with each other. We can see that either one of these teams really has a decent shot. And almost kept alive there by DeMerchant sprinting in the back row, but Lakers just couldn't quite corral it. And Abby Washington hangs on to the service. Another good serve by Washington. Fraser Cole to Holly Henry, and Cadence McMillan trying to bat that over. Gets caught at the top of the net, so there's another point for the visiting side. And here's Washington again. And Lakers catch a lucky break. That one goes out of bounds. And it will be Holly Henry's first serve of the evening. Henry, a grade 10 player, one of only 2 grade 10 players on the roster. This roster skews, definitely skews older, as 6 of the 9 Lakers on the squad are in grade 12. One girl in grade 11, that's Emma McFadgen, wearing the number 12 Libero jersey, and a couple of grade 10s in McMillan and Henry, who are both on the court right now. Nice work by Bernard, scoring the point for the Lakers, and they're starting to catch up, 11-16. And here's McMillan with the serve. McMillan actually played libero last season, but with Emma McFadgen coming up to join the senior squad, coaches Tracy Messer and Tammy DeMerchant opting to shuffle around their positions and kind of redistribute with some new personnel. Yeah, one of the things they were missing last year was Cadence's serve. Very powerful server. Ball up, big hit by number 27, Clara Blanchard. But the Lakers keep it alive. Nice work by DeMerchant in the back row. Fraser Cole with the set, and Bernard opting to bump it back. Ooh, misplayed in the back row by the Algonquins, and that will be a Lakers point. As they capitalize, McMillan hangs on a nice little run here, trying to get the Lakers back into this set. Ooh. Ball put in front of the defender. Nice placement by the wily sophomore player. And here we go, just 2 points away from all tied up. Good service by McMillan, fielded well by the Algonquins this time. Nice sneak over by Bella Smith. And again, misplayed by the Algonquins. And we have a timeout now, as the Algonquins will convene, and we'll take a quick break here as well. All right, folks, we're back at it now. Lakers just 1 point away from tying it up. They were trailing by 6 at the beginning of this run, but there's that commentator's curse. And Algonquins successfully icing the server there. As it is that number 7 or 17? It is number 17, Bridget Corrigan, back to serve. McMillan receives that, stuck at the front of the net, and good net front play by Clara Blanchard, pushing that up and over. And here's Corrigan again. Good service to Merchant, fields that. Nice set by Fraser Cole. The hit from Sweezy just goes out of bounds. As apologies, we've lost the connection temporarily to our scoreboard. We'll try to get that back for you as soon as we can. We'll wait till a stoppage in play, and I'll see if I can dig around and see what's up. All right, sorry about that. I think we got that scoreboard back. And in the meantime, Algonquins have put another couple of points on the board. They've got a lot of breathing room here. Bernard pushing that over. Corrigan. And the libero sends it over to Blanchard. Corrigan up for Blanchard with the hit from mid-court. Bernard at the front of the net, and Holly Henry saves that. Nice heads-up play by Henry from the back row. DeMerchant sending it forward. Here's Fraser Cole. Sweezy, nice little switch up, but Algonquins stay awake, and that player snuck under the net, so finally Lakers get it back, but significant amount of damage done there. They trail by 5 as Georgia Bernard comes up to serve. Bernard, one of the Lakers' strongest servers. She is usually Coach DeMerchant and Messer's choice to start the game. with her service. And shows, or rewards her coaches for that faith, rather, with a point there on the first service. Nice second service. Hannon has that, the libero. Henry over to Fraser Cole on the set. DeMerchant winding up the big hit. And there's a great hit from number 13, Riley DeMerchant. Yet another senior player on this squad. Bernard, DeMerchant, and Sweezy and Fraser Cole out there. All 4 players in grade 12. It's set nicely by Bella Smith. But the Lakers have it. Ooh, big block by Blanchard. Again a block, but DeMerchant keeps it alive. Cadence McMillan from the back row. Smith setting up Blanchard, but DeMerchant is there. Ooh, what a dig from Hannah. And makes the Lakers pay for that one. Great sequence there for the Algonquins. And indeed, we may be in for another classic here. As here's Clara Blanchard. Ooh, nice jump serve. McMillan diving play to keep it alive. Fraser Cole got another hand on it, but Lakers just couldn't connect on that third hit. As Coach Tracy Messer reminding the girls of some defensive adjustments. But they're going to have to make them fast. Only 2 points away as Fraser Cole sneaks that over. Lakers still have some life. Backs against the wall, though. You see Emma McFadgen, the libero, has come in for some extra backcourt defense. And here's Lily Sweezy now. Her first year at the senior level. Has played a lot of volleyball in this gym over her high school career. Here's Smith. Setting up for the hit, but McMillan has that. And now DeMerchant gets it by the defender, but that's still alive. Blanchard from the back row. Sweezy to Fraser Cole. Again, it's DeMerchant and pushes that through, I believe, number 3, Ainsley Fennedy. Great power from number 13. And here's Sweezy again. Ooh, nice play by Blanchard from the back row to keep it alive. Is snuck right over, but Fraser Cole, great play at the front of the net. Laying out to keep it alive, and unfortunately for the Lakers, it's still a St. Andrews point. As Hannah checks out, and number 12, Peyton Lord, is in the front row. Set point, but misserve there for the Algonquins. So Lakers keep this alive, but only just. Here's Fraser Cole now. Nice service from Fraser Cole, the setter, but a very deadly serve. As DeMerchant, big hit, and that must have just skimmed the line. As I think some of the Algonquins thought that was going out. It was coming at them pretty fast. Didn't have a lot of time to react, even if they had wanted to. Let's see if Fraser Cole can get a little run and send this to extra points. Fraser Cole up to DeMerchant. Direct response, but Lakers set up now. Another hit from DeMerchant. Hannon has that, but can't quite direct it to a teammate. So now 23 serving 24 in a situation where we could have extra points here. Punched over, DeMerchant has it, but unfortunately it's not to be. So that will do it. 25-23 is the final score of that set. And again, it looks like we may be in for a classic here, as these two single A South opponents tied at 1 set apiece. The Lakers fought back and did well to close the gap, almost tying that up, but Algonquins holding steady. And as we mentioned, this does kind of mirror how things went the last time these teams faced off down in St. Andrews on the 31st of March. Interestingly enough, though, for two seemingly evenly matched teams, they are in pretty different places in the standings. Lakers currently undefeated in league play. They are 7-0 and sitting in first in the Single A South Division very comfortably. Sir James Dunn Academy is actually in 4th place. They're currently out of a playoff position, as I believe only the top 3 teams from each conference, or each division rather, make it to the regional tournaments. They're currently 3-5. That is good for 4th place. Although I believe the team ahead of them is 3-4. So playoffs still very much within their grasp, but something to watch out for. As you can see, both teams kind of huddling up. Looks like Blanchard is actually the one giving advice for the Algonquins there. You can see her kind of motioning towards her teammates. On the Lakers side, it's a little more subdued. It's coaches DeMerchant and Messer going over what they expect from their girls. Should mention as well, big thanks to our officials and minor officials for this evening's games. If you've tuned in to any Lakers volleyball this season, you'll be very familiar with our 2 referees. We've kind of got the same the pool of 3 referees. It's always 2 of these 3. Derek Bradford, Casey DeMerchant. They're the 2 who are here tonight, and Serena Bradford is not. She gets the night off. But big thanks to all 3 of them. They've done an excellent job so far refereeing these games, making sure that the girls can play the game they love. And just as important, behind them down at the Don Fletcher minor officiating booth are the minor officials. And big thanks to them for helping out. We've got Carly Good working the in-gym scoreboard, Tiana Arnold on the score sheet, I believe, and Kayla Harris, who might be working the iPad down there. Not sure between Kayla and Tiana who's responsible for what, but all 3 of them working hard down there again so that these games can be played. We hear the support from the crowd as the Lakers come out now. And it looks like it's the same 6 girls who started the game. So we've got DeMerchant, Nicholson, and McMillan in the back row. Bernard, Snow, and Fraser Cole up front, as it will be St. Andrew's serve to start things off. Received well by the Lakers. Nicholson to Fraser Cole, setting up Snow for the hit, but that's saved and kept alive by Smith. Here's Fraser Cole. Now big hit from Bernard, but it's blocked. Nice defensive work by Peyton Lord. And Lakers picking their corner. Based on the celebration, I believe that was Cadence McMillan on that hit. Great work for the Lakers striking first here in this 3rd set. And it's Georgia Bernard up to serve. So traditional 9 or 10 dribbles is serve just inbounds. Algonquins thought they had that one, but Lakers snuck it in. So that's 2-0 now. We'll get Bernard. Is it 9 or is it 10 dribbles? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, just 7. Interesting. Fielded by Blanchard. To Lord, up again to Blanchard, but McMillan with the diving play has that and gets up in time to send it over. Great play in the back row from the grade 10 player, but unfortunately all for naught as Claire Blanchard just powers that through the Lakers defense, and that'll be a point for the visiting Algonquins. Peyton Lord back to serve. Sorry, that was Bella Smith who had the pass earlier. Lord with the service, but libero McFadgen just doesn't really get the right angle under it, and that'll be another point for the Algonquins. So we're all tied up yet again here in the early going of this 3rd set. Here it comes for Snow. Over to Fraser Cole, and big windup from Riley DeMerchant, but it is successfully blocked by the Algonquins. Here's Lord again. Service short, low pass, but Fraser Cole corrals it. Snow will send it over. And setting up DeMerchant for a hit, but that is out of bounds. So the Algonquins will take that one. And Lakers starting to get down early now. Here's Lord. Up and over, but smart call. Not sure if that was Snow or someone around her who let us know that was going out, but either way, good call, and the Lakers will get the point. And here's Snow with a chance to tie things up. Snow, yet another of those 6 grade 12 graduating players This is her second year at the senior level. Big hit from DeMerchant. Sprawl by Abby Washington to try to get hands on that, but can't direct it to a teammate. So we're all tied up now as we see some of Snow's statistics there. She is indeed a sophomore player, and I believe that says 5'11". And I'm not sure about the positions. Power, I guess, is the position in volleyball. Not overly clear on those. It's, I guess, a pretty powerful serve, so the name must fit, as libero Hannah Hannon has trouble corralling that. Lakers with the lead again, as Snow gives us another good service. Fielded from Smith to Blanchard, who opts for the gentler touch. Here's Nicholson looking cross court. Hannah has that big hit this time from Blanchard, and Bradford motioning to under the net. Not sure if that means a player kind of stepped under the net or made contact with the net. Either way, it is an Algonquin point. As Fraser Cole sends it over to Nicholson. Great placement there by Gracie Nicholson on the kill, as she puts that in front of the defender. And here's Fraser Cole now. That's 6 serving 5, or 7 serving 5 now. There's Fraser Cole back to serve again. Fraser Cole, her 3rd year at the senior level, I believe. As there's another Laker point. And Lakers starting to pull away now, although it has been a game of runs, pretty back and forth. So we'll see how well the Lakers can maintain this lead and even grow it. Blanchard can't get there in time, so Lakers will get at least one more. Nice little run here by Maddie Fraser Cole. Not sure what she's listed at, but I can tell you it's not 5'11". 11, of course, being her score out of 10 when asked how much do you love the New Jersey Devils, her favorite sporting team. Here's Blanchard with the big jump serve. McFadgen has that. And, DeMerchant, that kind of falls gently into her arms. Couldn't really do much to get that up, so forced into the double hit. Algonquins will get the chance at another now. Another big jump serve from Blanchard. Very strong, but a little too much mustard on that one. That's out of bounds. Nice call from referee Bradford from up in his perch in the crow's nest. And here we have yet another grade 12 player. That's Riley DeMerchant, but unfortunately the ball catches the top of the net. So Lakers will have to surrender the points there. Here's Fennedy, nice serve. Nicholson has that. Cadence McMillan looking back row. Fraser Cole opts to play that. Might have been a 50-50 ball, but we're still alive either way. Here's Peyton Lord sending it over. Snow with the pass. Fraser Cole setting it up. Georgia Bernard just pokes it over gently. As Snow again in the back set. I don't know if that's what Fraser Cole intended to do. You could see the grimace as soon as contact happened. A valiant effort from her and from Cadence McMillan trying to make something out of nothing, but unfortunately it will not be. And another one of those close calls, this time going to the favor of the Algonquins, as that ball just skimming the sideline there. I'm pretty sure the Lakers let that one go, thinking it would fall out of bounds, but great placement from number 3, Ainsley Fennedy, to kind of trick the Lakers into complacency. Cross court there, and caught Nicholson a little flat-footed. Couldn't quite back up enough to get under it or get a good grip for the volley. So St. Andrews will take that one. That ball shanked out of bounds, so now, yet again, it's a lead change as the Algonquins ahead now. By 2 this time. Missed that first point. And that service run by Ainsley Fennedy comes to an end. And Lakers will take it. Here's Gracie Nicholson. wearing number 14. I can't remember if it is her first or second year at the senior level. I believe it's her second. Big hit by Lord. Bernard with the block, but comes back down so she can play it again. Good hit cross court by Snow, but Hannah was there. Abby Washington trying to sneak it over the defense. Cadence McMillan with the back row hit. Pretty successful too. Lord has to scramble to send it over. Back set to McMillan. And this time the Lakers got what they wanted. Fraser Cole connecting on that back set to Cadence McMillan. After it didn't go so well the first time they attempted it. Nice to see them get back on that horse. And here's Nicholson with the chance to take the lead at the midpoint. Ooh, real close, but referee DeMerchant. It's nice to have that second referee on the far sideline because that could be a hard call to make. But nicely done by Casey DeMerchant making that call. Big thanks to her as a recent Lakers alum giving back her time. She had quite a successful volleyball career herself as a Laker. So certainly nice to see her giving back. And while Bradford himself I don't think was a Lakers alum, his son Ben certainly was. Very strong volleyball player here as well. And there's another Lakers point, as it's now 15 serving 12. And Gracie Nicholson on a solid run here. Good service. Blanchard has it to Smith and setting up Washington for the hit. McMillan keeps that alive. Here's Bernard. Has to bump it over. Looks for the corner. Blanchard. Nice movement cross court to keep it in play. Back set again. McMillan, but this time Blanchard is ready. Lakers can't go to that well too often. Ooh, low pass by Snow, and unfortunately that will bring Gracie Nicholson's nice service run to an end, as Algonquins seem a little confused as to where they're at in the rotation. To be fair, it has been quite a while since Nicholson was serving. I think they're going to double check with the referee here. I assume Kara Blanchard is the captain trying to jog up, but it's actually DeMerchant down there who has the lineup cards. So we see them double checking as DeMerchant and Washington. Just make sure everyone's in the right order in the rotation, as you definitely don't want to lose a point for a reason like that at the senior level. It is in the end Bella Smith, or Smith rather, with the service. Solid service by Smith. McMillan on the set. Georgia Bernard with the nice hit, but Blanchard is there. There's Washington looking cross court. Good lateral movement by Nicholson. Smith with the set, and Washington has to just adapt and push that over, but caught the Lakers defenders unaware as well. Georgia Bernard, I think, expecting the big hit, so had to adjust last minute and just couldn't get that low volley over. So some nice misdirection by the Algonquins, whether intentional or not. Response from the Lakers out of bounds, so we're all tied up. Could be in for another lead change as Smith goes back for her third serve now. There it is. As DeMerchant has that to McMillan, and Snow will pass that over. There's Washington setting it up. Nice work from the back line by Maddie Fraser-Cole. McMillan pushing it over. Some misdirection by Smith as the back hit from McMillan. Looking cross court, and Washington makes Snow run up for it. Could only get one hand on it. So indeed it is yet another lead change. Very back and forth game between these two single A South squads. Service a little low there, and that will send McMillan back to the service line. McMillan, the lone grade 10 out there for the Lakers. Her other grade 10 teammate currently on the bench, as that ball placed in front of Hannah for an ace for McMillan. Not her first, and hopefully not her last either, of the evening. Solid service, but it's fielded cleanly by the Algonquins. Pushed over by Washington, but Fraser Cole is there. Here's Snow looking for Bernard. Had to pass. Good work by Blanchard in the back row, and Peyton Lord will send that over. Here's a big hit by Georgia Bernard, just picking the back corner. What placement by number 5 in green and gold. Georgia Bernard, she's done that in this gym hundreds of times and will look to do so again. Here's Smith with the serve, and Bridget Corrigan gets that over. Lakers can't play that, so that'll go to the Algonquins. Tight game coming into the second set as, I don't think Washington saw the call for the substitution as Lily Sweezy will check in. Alyssa Snow coming off the bench. I don't know if I've seen coaches Messer and DeMerchant making those kinds of in-game moves very often. Very rarely will I see them make the in-game substitution, apart, of course, from the libero, who has the free substitution at any point. But interesting play. We'll see what Lily Sweezy can bring. And here she comes for her first touch. Nice cross-court hit. But Washington is there. Blanchard now electing to pass it up, but a good save from Sweezy as that's pushed over. Third hit sent over by Smith. McMillan there at the front of the net. And again, cross-court hit. Blanchard using her height to keep that in play. Here's Bernard volleying over, looking for the corner. Smith keeps it alive. Corrigan to Washington. And Fraser Cole. Nice work with the direct response. Put that right on the sideline. Found a hole in the defenses. Those teams were going to go back and forth all day. Fraser Cole bringing that to a quick end. Nicely done. And now here's the top of the service order again. Lakers getting things started with Georgia Bernard. Big hit just out of bounds from the Algonquins. So here are the Lakers. 5 points to go. Can they hang on to the lead here? It's been back and forth all set. As awkwardly angled there on the response. So the Lakers have it. Bernard needs 4 more to secure her team's second set victory. And here she comes again. Up and over, but Fraser Cole is there. The set from DeMerchant. Lily Sweezy looking back corner. Great backpedaling there by number 7, Abby Washington. Big hit by Riley DeMerchant. We could hear that one all the way up here in the skybox. As she hangs on to the service. 22 serving 18 now. And there's the serve again. Blanchard to Lord. Back to Blanchard. Nice cross-court hit, but McMillan is there. Fraser Cole to Lily Sweezy on the second hit. Blanchard catches that in an awkward angle. And Gracie Nicholson keeps that alive. Nice work from the corner. Algonquins scrambling, but they get it over. And, DeMerchant adjusting at the last minute. Caught a bit of an awkward angle. And now the Algonquins trail by 3, but have a chance to get back into this. It will be number 12, Peyton Lord, with the attempt. Service is good. McFadgen receives, but unfortunately catches the net low. So 20 serving 18 now. As that ball comes up, Sweezy is there, and Fraser Cole pushes it over. Blanchard looking back row. McMillan is there. Here's Fraser Cole, and big hit from DeMerchant. But the Algonquins keep it alive. Great defensive play from the visitors. DeMerchant again, but that one's out of bounds. Wow, what a play. I think it was Ainsley Fennedy at the front of that who had the initial block, and then was that 17 Bridget Corrigan who kept it alive? Either way, some excellent team play from the visitors. And now we're almost all tied up. Algonquins trail by 1. Sweezy looking back row, and tough break for the Algonquins. They thought that was going out of bounds. but that fell right in the red line. Nice work by Sweezy, and here she is on the service now as they try to corral that. 23 serving 21. Service just sneaks over, and Smith has that. Here's Fraser Cole, and DeMerchant winding up for the big hit, but that catches the net. So for a second consecutive set, things are very tight here. We could be looking at extra points. Service from Corrigan is good. Fraser Cole to DeMerchant, who picks her spot in the back corner. And now it is set point Lakers with one of their strongest servers, Maddie Fraser Cole, on the back line. Places it well, but Blanchard is there. Here's Blanchard again with the hit. Nice work by Sweezy to bring that up. DeMerchant winds up, but it's kept alive. Corrigan, great slide to get out of the way, but the Algonquins respond out of bounds. And the Lakers will take the third set, 25-22. So now Lakers up 2-1. They have a chance to bring it all home in the fourth set. Algonquins will need a win to keep their hopes alive and send it to a fifth and deciding set. So will the Lakers wrap it up, or do the Algonquins stay alive? Stay tuned. That set coming up for you in just a bit. The Harvey High School Stream Team would like to thank our premium sponsors: Bill Gammon, Black's Grocery and Café, Briggs and Little, David C.A. Williams Renovations, Dr. Dan Fletcher, Excel Manufacturing, Harvey High Helpers, Harvey Insurance, Hundredfold Acre Puppies, the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs, Paul Equipment, your local Devilon and Bobcat Heavy Equipment dealer, RSEI Consultants Ltd, Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty, and the Station House. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. We have multiple levels available and accept sponsorships from groups and individuals. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description for our contact information. And if you're a fan of senior high school volleyball, make sure you stay tuned. After this, we do have the senior boys taking on the Algonquins as well, their senior boys squad. So a good doubleheader tonight. As we mentioned, not major playoff implications for the Lakers in this one. They do already sit 7-0 in first place and comfortably up from the cutoff in third place, where I can't remember which team it is, but they are sitting at 3-4. It might be Samuel de Champlain. I believe it was another school starting with S. However, for the Algonquins, they are caught in that battle for third place in the last spot at the regional tournament coming up in a few weekends. So you know for sure they really want it. Lakers, of course, would love to get a win here on their home court. Looking to close this one out. It is the same six girls that ended that set. We've got Nicholson and DeMerchant in the back row, Fraser Cole, Sweezy, and Bernard up front. And to start us off with the service, it's number 10 in grade 10, Cadence McMillan. Here we go. Blanchard to Smith and back to Blanchard for a hit. Lakers contact that low, So Algonquins will strike first. And it's number 17, Bridget Corrigan, who will get the first service. Good service from Corrigan. McMillan has that over to Lily Sweezy for the cross-court hit. Big hit from Clara Blanchard, but that will go out of bounds. So Lakers on the board now. It's Georgia Bernard back to serve. Lakers just have weapon after weapon from the service line. There really is no reprieve for this Algonquin squad. That might be one of the big differences between these teams. As DeMerchant looking for a big hit. Fennedy providing some defense at the net. And it will be Blanchard on the service, number 27. Pretty high number. You don't always see those high numbers in volleyball. As that response from McMillan will go out of bounds. It can be hard to corral those big, powerful serves. McMillan doing her best, but really had nowhere she could place that. Here it is, another strong service, and again, McMillan receives, but it goes out of bounds. Yeah, she was doing her swaying warm-up before the game, so maybe that'll help with directing these balls. And that's a good one there. Pass comes right to Maddie Fraser-Cole, who sets up DeMerchant for a hit, and Lakers will take that one just the way they drew it up. And with that rotation, Georgia Bernard grabs some rest. Emma McFadgen, the libero in the back row, is service from Sweezy, does catch the top of the net there. And here's Ainsley Fennedy. So Algonquins with a bit of a lead here in the early going, but of course, early leads don't mean a lot tonight as these teams have been going back and forth. I think I counted at least 6 lead changes in that last set, so still lots of volleyball to play. Great work at the front of the net there from Fraser-Cole in the second line, keeping that alive. There's Gracie Nicholson sending it back row. Here's Lord looking to push. Great lateral movement by McFadgen, keeping that alive. And ditto to Blanchard, who got a hand on that from the back row, but unfortunately sent it just a little too close to the net. No one could really grab that as Lakers rotate through, and now it's Maddie Fraser-Cole at the service line. Service from Fraser-Cole, uncharacteristically low, as she must be feeling a little low after her favorite team, the Devils, down 0-2 in their first round playoff series. She's probably a little distracted by that. Fraser-Cole over to DeMerchant, who sends it over. Blanchard is there. There's Smith. Lord with a nice hit, but Emma McFadgen keeps that alive. There's Nicholson winding up, but that will catch the top of the net. So Algonquins maintaining a little cushion here. As here is number 11, Bella Smith. Service falls close to the net, but it does come in, and really nice block there by number 12, Peyton Lord. DeMerchant's been getting the better of the Algonquins for most of the game with those strong hits, but Lord that time able to provide the defense. And here's Smith again. Ball is up and over. Nice work by Sweezy, keeping that alive, and DeMerchant will pass it over. Here's Blanchard to Smith, and Lord looking for the hit, but hit that a little awkwardly, and that will catch the net. As McFadgen checks back out, and George Bernard is in for the front row. I believe 5'11" might make her the tallest on the team. Cadence McMillan and Alyssa Snow are up there too, but certainly love to have that extra height from Georgia Bernard as the hit from the Algonquins goes out of bounds. So Lakers starting to claw back here. 5 serving 8 as DeMerchant retrieves that ball. And here it comes. Good service. Blanchard to Smith, and interesting one-handed hit by Lord, but it works. Almost catches the Lakers sleeping. Fraser-Cole is there as, ball goes very high. DeMerchant aiming for one of those hanging pot lights. Actually, I'm not sure what that is. That looks like it could be some of our equipment for all I know. Something hanging at the ceiling there, but either way, that's a dead ball. Strong service from Washington as McMillan has to send that over from the back row. Oh, really nice play by Blanchard, but Georgia Bernard, good heads-up defense with the one-handed tip to keep it alive after recovering from the unnecessary block, and it pays off. Smith laying out to try to keep it alive, but no Algonquin could get there for the second hit. And here's Nicholson at the service line. Hannah over to Blanchard, who passes it over. Sweezy comes up to play it, and there's Georgia Bernard picking her corner. Switching it up, she can hit hard, but electing that time to volley for the precision and put that exactly where she wanted to. And here's Nicholson after 4 dribbles. Every girl seems to have their own little pre-serve ritual. As here's Lord with a few dribbles of her own. And the spin and serve. Fraser Cole over to McMillan on the set. Georgia Bernard sends it over. Washington from the back row, and Blanchard, big hit, powers it through the hands of Bernard and out of bounds. So that will be Lakers surrendering the point as you hear Coach Messer giving them some advice. Very active coach. She's always up at the sidelines, not afraid to make those in-game adjustments as we saw in the last set, and it really paid off as Sweezy came on and instantly provided some good defensive play and a few successful serves. We'll see if Messer goes back to that well with some of her players in this set. Here's Lord, nice service high. McMillan over to Sweezy, adjusting at the last minute to send it into the back row. And Algonquin scrambling, they can't send it. So Lakers will take the point. And we're already back around the service order. It's 8 serving 12, I believe. As Washington gets that over. Oh, Fraser Cole keeping it alive at the front of the net at lower levels of play. Usually that's a dead ball, but big hit from the Algonquins. And Lakers can't corral that. You hear the buzz in the stands. I believe the Algonquin senior boys team is underneath us just based on the types of reactions we had to that hit. Solid service there as McMillan gets it over to Fraser Cole. Lily Sweezy winding up for the big hit, but not enough top spin on that. That will sail out of bounds. And Algonquin's opening up a big lead now. Here's the service from Corrigan. Bernard putting it up high past the defenders. Smith letting the big hit from Blanchard, and again, Lakers having trouble dealing with those hits. If Blanchard gets a clean look, she can put a lot of power behind that. And Lakers defense just having trouble corralling those. Here's Corrigan again. Nicholson from the back row. Ooh, nice work by Fraser Cole trying to catch the Algonquins sleeping. Good adjustment by Georgia Bernard. Lily Sweezy at the front of the net looking back row. Washington's there to Smith. Blanchard, and Lakers lucky that one goes out of bounds. Looked like they might have tried to play it, but ball came by so fast, didn't really have much of a chance. Fortunately for them, it's out, so 9 points for the Lakers now. And switching it up, Blanchard with the gentle volley. Fraser Cole is there. Here's Sweezy in the back line. Washington to Smith. Blanchard catches the top of the net. And that's a double hit on the Algonquin side. So here's Bernard. 7 dribbles. We'll have to keep track of that. As ball punched over, here's McMillan. Over to Fraser Cole, and oh, nice work at the front of the net by Riley DeMerchant, who is rotated back up front. Some blocks there, but kept alive. DeMerchant looking to pick her spot, and finally the Algonquins play it in a dangerous area. And they let that hit the floor as timeout called by the Algonquins. We don't have their coach's name, but we'll kind of get a closer look here at what's going on. Might just be a nice time for the girls to get a rest, as a lot of those girls have been playing for 4 sets straight. On the Lakers side, Fraser, Cole, McMillan, and DeMerchant have been out there pretty much every minute. Bernard has played in all 4 sets as well, along with McFadgen switching in and out. Big thanks yet again to the minor officials. Down there we've got Carly Good working the in-house scoreboard. Kayla Harris at the iPad or score sheet. Tiana Arnold was there earlier, but I don't think she's hiding behind referee Casey DeMerchant right now. So I think it's just those two. But either way, big thanks to everyone who has helped out this season to make the games possible, as well as referees Casey DeMerchant and Derek Bradford up here in the Crow's Nest, keeping an eye on everything. As the Algonquins are back out, Lakers need to do their cheer. Lakers come back to some applause from the crowd. We'll see how effective the timeout call was. Actually called by the Algonquins, even though they're up. Maybe trying to ice the server, but unsuccessful that time. So here's Fraser Cole, and winding up for the big hit is DeMerchant. Hannah, the libero, not quite ready for that, so Lakers take the first point. And here we go. We'll try to get that scoreboard live for you at the next stoppage in play. Again, Lakers point. And here's Blanchard to Riley DeMerchant for the hit. That will fall okay. We're giving that one to the Lakers. I think both Bradford and DeMerchant saw that as a 50-50 ball. So Lakers coming up with that one. Now 14 serving 15. Lakers with a chance to tie it up now. And that's 15 all now. We're all tied up here. And Georgia Bernard with a chance to go ahead. Lakers already up 2-1. So if they can come out with the victory here, they will ensure that that 5th set is just an exhibition one. Algonquins with a win will force a deciding 15-point set. Stakes are pretty high for the Algonquins for sure. Lakers, of course, would love a win as well. This is not their last game of the season, but we are getting pretty close. Hannah to Blanchard, who sends it over. McMillan is there. Big hit from Sweezy, but that will not fall inbounds. So all tied up yet again. As not sure where we're at in the rotation, although it looks like, yep, based on the applause, it is Claire Blanchard. She's been the strongest attacker for the Algonquins all night, showing up with that powerful jump serve, and she does it again, but Lakers escape with a point there, so they will not have to endure too many of those. And it's Lily Sweezy going back to serve. 17 serving 16 now. Sweezy puts the ball up and over. Blanchard to Smith, and Fennedy. Hit is caught at the top of the net. So forced into a fourth hit rather, for the team, and Lakers will take the point. Here's Sweezy now. That service is out of bounds. So not a lot of breathing room here. So we have 17 serving 18. The last 3 sets have been scores 25-22, 25-23, and 25-20 going back to the first set. So these have been tight all night. Lots of back and forth lead changes. Very entertaining volleyball. Some great rallies. And looks like we're in for another tight set here, as it's 18 all. And Ainsley Fennedy, number 3, with the solid service. There's McFadgen. Good pass over to Fraser Cole. Riley DeMerchant sends that back row. Blanchard is there. Washington. Nice work by Lily Sweezy keeping that alive. Here's Nicholson. Finds a soft spot. Great work by Gracie Nicholson on that placement. As when Blanchard's in that back row, she covers a lot of ground and can cover those corners pretty well. Nicholson rather, deciding to put it a lot closer. And Lakers take the point. Here's DeMerchant. Oh, keeps it alive with an elbow. We're playing hacky sack down there. And there's a great layout by Lily Sweezy, but unfortunately, Lakers can't make too much of it. So 19-all, and it's Bella Smith with the ball on her hands. And here she comes. High service coming to Sweezy. Fraser Cole and Riley DeMerchant looking for a soft spot, but instead it's Bella Smith with a direct response right back at them. Catches the Lakers out of position. And now the Algonquins up 20-19. Here's the service. McMillan to Fraser Cole. Nicholson winding up, but mistimed the jump. And that will be an Algonquin ball. Here's Smith again. We don't have ages or grades for the Algonquin players, so not sure if this is a younger team, a more senior squad. Lakers, we know, a lot of grade 12s on this team, looking to have a successful final year of senior volleyball. And off to a great start. They'd love to wrap this one up early, too. But they're going to need a little come-from-behind magic to do so. Ooh, that ball just out of bounds. Tough break for the Lakers as Riley DeMerchant, one of their strongest servers, will not get too many kicks at the can. And here's Abby Washington with a 2-point lead. Good service, but DeMerchant is there on the pass. And, oh, yep, I believe, yeah, there you go. That's a good eagle eye from referee Casey DeMerchant there, letting us know that Peyton Lord had her hand come over the top of the net. Stood ready to make that call. Good eye. And here's Gracie Nicholson. Nice service. Fielded well by Hannah Blanchard with the big hit. Georgia Bernard gets hands on it, but that's sent way out of bounds. And that will be a point for the Algonquins. It's number 12, Peyton Lord, back to serve again. 23 serving 21. And there's DeMerchant to McMillan. And Georgia Bernard winding up. Great hit by Bernard. Had a great vertical too, so was able to send that directly down at the quick angle. No time to react for the Algonquins. And I believe we've been all the way around the service order twice as McMillan back to serve. Big hit from Blanchard. It's kept alive, but only momentarily as Riley DeMerchant fielded it well. It was going to fall on the Lakers side, but unfortunately just a little high. That catches some rafters. And now it is 24 serving 22. Set point for the visitors. Let's see if they can finish it off. There's Corrigan with the serve. McMillan to Fraser Cole. Sweezy big hit, but it's out of bounds. So we are going to a fifth and final set. This will be just 15 points, but great work by the Algonquins. Congratulations to both teams. A very hard-fought match. As we will take a break and swap yet again, we'll bring Silas Whitehall back on the mic to finish this one out for you.
So we are coming into the fifth set. It is perfectly equal right now. 2 for the Lakers, 2 for the versus visiting Algonquins. Almost entirely equal throughout every single set so far. So it'll be an exciting run for sure. We have been joined by Hunter Kaleski, I believe. Yeah, and he is now our eyes. Both teams down there making a game plan, huddling up. We would like to thank some apologies. The Harvey High School stream team would like to thank our premium sponsors: Bill Gammon, Black's Grocery and Café; Briggs and Little, David C.A. Williams, Renovations; Dr. Dan Fletcher, Excel Manufacturing; Harvey High Helpers, Harvey Insurance; Hundredfold Acres Puppies; the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs; Paul Equipment, your local Devilana Bobcat heavy equipment dealer; RSEI Consultants Ltd, Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty, and the Station House. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. We have multiple levels available and accept sponsorships from both groups and individuals. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description for our contact information. Cadence McMillan, number 10 for the Lakers, coming in for the first serve of the final set. Oh, just barely tapped over the net, but number 7. Abby Washington dug that. Serve from McMillan, received by Libero. Fraser Cole pushing it over, pushing it deep. Then number 11, Bella Smith, sending it up. Fraser Cole sending it up for Snow. Snow hitting it over for number 5, the Libero, Hannah. McMillan once again. Received by Hannah. Another powerful spike, unsurprisingly once again, by number 27, Clara Blanchard. Aggressive power. It's a very impressive. Number 7, Abby Washington, coming in for the serve. Snow with the hit over into the arms of number 11, Bella, but hits it wild into the wall. Georgia Bernard coming in with the serve. Number 5 for the Lakers. She has some impressive power in her serves as well. Ooh, a little bit of a mix-up there with the Libero and number 7 for the Algonquins, sending it straight right up into the net. So the Algonquin team calls a timeout. So far, it is 4 for the Lakers, 1 for the Algonquins. The Algonquins and the Lakers step back into the court while Georgia steps up to the serving line. Received by Abby. Sent over by 27. Fraser Cole sets it for Merchant, who smashes it, getting the point. It is now 5-1 in the Lakers' favor. With a powerful serve received by number 5, Libero. Sent over once again by number 27, Clara. Merchant sets it to Fraser. Fraser sets it back to the Merchant, hitting it with another smash. But it must have went over line. Getting the Algonquins points. They subbed out their libero for number 3, Ainsley Fenity. The Merchant with a heavy smash once again. All that power. Gaining the point for the Laker team, number 15 for the Lakers. Alyssa Snow coming up with the serving line. Received by the libero, Hannah Hannon, but her teammate didn't quite get under it in time, so that she couldn't hit it over. This is Snow once again, coming up to the serving line. Hit over by number 27, Clara, once again. Lot of power again by 27. 3 times in a row. And it gets the point because it didn't quite get under it. Fraser couldn't. The Merchant with a nice save off the net. And then another hit into the arms of number 7, Abby. A little bit too close to the net for number 27, Clara, to smash her down again, but nope. It is now half, and now they are switching sides. It is 8 for the Lakers, 3 for the Algonquins. Still could be anyone's game at this point. It's not that close yet. The Algonquins still have the opportunity to win this. Good serve by Maddie Fraser-Cole, who went back and forth really low on the St. Andrews team, but the Merchant did get it right back down. Fraser-Cole coming again with another serve. Received by the upper arm of number 7, Abby Washington. Fraser hitting it up. Set. Another beautiful set and spike from Fraser and the Merchant. Now 10-4 in favor of the Lakers. Number 17, Bridget Corriger. 13, Riley DeMerchant coming in with a heavy serve right into the legs of 17, Bridget. Once again, DeMerchant coming up to the serving line. Powerful serve received by number 7. It is now 12-5. Lakers have 3 points to go. But the Algonquins do have the serving advantage. Frazier sets it to Bernard, who bumps it over. It's 12-6 in favor of the Lakers. The Algonquins are climbing slowly but surely. With 2 points left to go, the Lakers are coming up to the serving line. Holly Henry, number 3. Underhand serve. Received by number 27, Clara. This is match point for the Lakers. Bernard to McMillan. And with that spike from Alyssa Snow, that puts the game in the bag for the Lakers with 15-6. 3-2 in the set count. All the way through all 5 sets. It was definitely a very even match, it looked. But at the end of this game, we would like to shout out our minor officials and referees. We have referee Derek Bradford and Cassie DeMerchant, and scoreboard with Carly Good, Kayla Harris, and score sheet with Tiana Arnold. And up here in the skybox, we have Hunter Koleski, who joined us with the camera in this last set, myself, who's been helping with everything, and Mr. White, who has also helped with everything. We'd like to thank our premium sponsors, Bill Gammon, Briggs and Little, David C.A. Williams, Renovations, Dr. Dan Fletcher, Excel Manufacturing, Harvey High Helpers, Harvey Insurance, Hundredfold Acres, Puppies, the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs, Paul Equipment, your local Devilon and Bobcat Heavy Equipment Dealer, RSEI Consultants Ltd, Scott Pierce, Remax East Coast Elite Realty, The Station House, and Black's Grocery and Café. Drop in after the game for some freshly baked bread and sweets. Thank you for watching our stream, and have a good night, or stay tuned for the next boys game.